where to begin? I knew one of the Kennedy rape victims. I know one of the Kennedy rape victims. We're not that, well, the victim is distant as, there's nothing farcical about this. I'm as serious as a heart attack right now. Even that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek expression, but I'm trying to, when you hear it from the mouth of a rape victim, when you witness this rape happened when the person whom I have only known as an adult, this rape, as she recounted it, happened, being intentionally vague here, between the 90s and the 2000s, the 90s and the aughts. It makes me uncomfortable to talk about this, as it should make anyone uncomfortable to talk about this, because not everything should be a television show. When you put something into a movie plot or a television show, you rob it of its dignity, and that's not my intention here. A Kennedy destroyed this girl's life, and I want to I bring this up because I don't know. I personally don't know if this was connected with the widely publicized one that happened in the 90s, at the hands of that the medical Dr. Kennedy, and frankly, I didn't learn this through I wasn't being a journalist. I wasn't trying to get the facts or whatever, because frankly, as it pertains to the victim, they're not my business. However, I've carried for the better part of a decade the fact that these Kennedys, apparently that it's a sickness, it's a perversion, and it comes out of that this weird cult of Catholicism. Well, I'm going to try to avoid speculation and premature bias, and I'm just going to tell you what I know, and why I feel compelled to share this with you. I get the principal reason that I'm this. I guess I want you to understand how deviously misleading not only the fake news, but the whole infotainment complex of Hollywood and today Silicon Valley, twat, Google. This I'm not. This is something that I heard it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. A very lovely person. And furthermore, it was an incestuous situation, which is why I don't think it was connected with the one with the Florida man, Kennedy, the doctor fellow. I think this is a distinct case, and it's just one of those people whom just a darling, sweet person, and kind of an old soul. And again, I don't want to describe the the victim, because that's not it's not cool to kind of do that, except for the fact that I've known, I knew this person, and I know them rather well, but I guess what struck me, and I say a lot of, obviously a big theme on the America's Man channel is that men need to be men and lead and protect our women, all the women who inhabit our lives, but to do so in a way that it's not fake leadership, where we're actually abdicating our responsibility to them. And there's a fine line. The leftists have kind of run with that and saying, well, women should do whatever the hell they want, and that's not responsible leadership either. So I guess I want to. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about these things, and I guess this is one case of this. There's this thing that, sometimes some of you wonder what motivates America's man's man to say these things, and I've seen tremendous things play out, often unintentionally. I guess I want you to know how a member of the Kennedy family ruined this girl's life, because the last thing, and the last thing that, in order for them to live a full life, when they confront the perp, it's almost like there's no way out. It's like you have, if you've been, when these girls when a rape victim has been raped, there's no good option. It's almost like, in the Psych 101, it's one of those situations where, okay, well, you have a choice between two equally horrendous kinds of options, and no one has authoritatively said which is better. There's obviously a big movement right now to confront the perpetrator, for the victim to confront the perpetrator and to do so publicly. But that defies, that concept defies the kind of reality that a scorned woman who has been robbed, even scorned, obviously in the case of, there's something that they, it's not a case of mind over matter. There's you can't unring a bell. But this Kennedy rape that I heard about from the victim's mouth, I didn't only hear it from the victim's mouth. I witnessed the physical agony that this darling child of a woman, is living with to this day. And I hope and trust that it's productive, that I'm sharing this. Obviously, if that victim would like to to confront the person, and I don't necessarily know if that'd be productive, but that has to be kind of up to them. But I know for a fact that it was a member of the Kennedy family, but the thing that really struck me, the thing that got to me and still gets to me, to the point where I can't shake it from my head, is that this it was so forceful, and the victim was so young when it happened that her nervous system was permanently altered, and I never knew that this could happen. I never really think about this kind of thing, but I mean, think about it, because this is twisted stuff. It was the Kennedy was in a relationship. The member of the Kennedy family was in a relationship with the girl's mother. And by the way, another piece of common sense, which we don't talk about much today, because when sodomy goes, everything else goes. Jesus, this is different. I mean, I wasn't part of this, and it's difficult to talk about, because it is such a you do wonder how people can do such twisted things. But that is the Kennedy family, and I guess I'm just kind of making my contribution to the biography of the Kennedy family. I don't know the person's name. I don't know the first name of the Kennedy who got involved. But I just you can't make this up. I heard it from the victim's mouth, and I witnessed the agony that this person was in, and I know for a fact that they weren't lying. I can say with 100% that this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I can tell you furthermore that she'll never tell anyone about it. She'll never go public, because she's simply such a sweet character that there's it's just not in her nature. It's not in I don't know. Maybe she will. Who knows? But I guess I need to tell this story because there was a Kennedy involved, and I'm sensing a pattern of a larger sociological kind of situation within families that causes abuse, and that this whole notion that somehow people are born sodomites, that men have to stick their penis in the anus of another man, that somehow you're born that way, or it's in your DNA. And I know that that's ridiculous, because I have common sense. And in the same way, this I believe that I don't believe the Kennedys, something in their DNA that they had to do this. I think they were a sick family. I think they had a deep-seated sociological problem of some sort, and that such psychoses can be transmutated through words, and through teaching, and through bad teaching, which is why I advise America's men, all the members of my audience, to limit their intake of the fake news Hollywood complex of all the movies that are produced today, because they're absolute garbage. And I do believe that they can lead you into. I believe they can lead America into non-existence, because they're very messed up people that generally become entertainers, and technology has sped the fake news gospel of complete randomness, complete disorder into somewhat successfully into the land of the free, the home of the brave, and of course American exceptionalism, Christian exceptionalism will prevail over atheistic communism. I know that because I am an American, and America's men will never allow for the best country in the world, God's exceptional nation, to fall prey to this. But you can see how, if this had gotten out, of course, Bill Clinton probably would have been impeached. It was just having witnessed the damage that one Kennedy did, it leaves a mark on you that you cannot shake. You cannot shake. I don't even know if it's right to there are I don't the manner that I guess what I'm trying to focus on here is the perpetrator, is the Kennedy perpetrator who did this to this person whom I know well, and have known well, and and how well she's just dealt with the thing, and just how resilient this person really is, and not letting it define her life is it awes it. I'm struck with awe over the resilience of this sweet character, and and at the same time, it's this Kennedy family, this axis of evil, this axis of the fake news Democrats, I guess these pharisaical deviants, which has given rise to widespread homosexual evil, in the form of the larger Democratic Party, I was thinking of Kennedy the other day, and did he come up with this quote about the only thing we have to fear is fear itself? And I think I was thinking of ask not what you can do for your country, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. So I confuse those. I never even bothered to look it up, because I've just been so distracted. It's like whatever Kennedy said doesn't matter, because he was just part of this this family that did this thing to this person I know, and I mean no, it's not something I read about. This is first-hand testimony that I heard, and I saw the fruits of it. An otherwise perfectly healthy, and by all accounts resilient and charming girl, and her life was her life. I don't want to say it was destroyed, because there's always hope, but basically, okay, so here it is. She's never going to be able to have children because of what this guy did to her. Has a nervous system issue, so that she can't, if she experiences temperatures which are just a couple degrees plus or minus, body temperature, or maybe 10 degrees in either direction, she starts to kind of convulse, and because of what Kennedy did to her, she's prone to this Kennedy, call him Kennedy X. She's prone to seizures. She's prone to seizures. I watched one of them. It's not genetic. It's what this bastard did to her, and that's I guess that's the Kennedys for you. I don't want to make vast generalizations, but I've heard stories about the other Kennedys, and so anyway, I thought, for what it's worth, and for how many loose threads may be in this story, that's really all I know, and I know there are pertinent details. Is this the same one that was publicized? I don't think it was, but it was a child rape, and it was perpetuated by Kennedy. This is America's Man's Man. America's Man's Man.